Most people, at some point in time in their life, end up collecting something. That could be rocks and crystals. That could be Funko Pops. That could be, expensive watches and cars. That could also be empty sour cream containers. For the love of God, Aunt Sarah, throw it away. You bought the Tupperware set for a reason. Nobody needs a cupboard full of old food containers with mixed matched lids, okay? Just throw it away already. And James Bond fans, we're no different. With a vast list of items that are ever growing, the 007 marketing machine ebbs and flows just like the movies. Today I thought I'd go a little more casual, and I just wanted to show you guys my collection. And if you follow my channel, you've probably seen a few of these, and I'm going to leave links to each of the videos up here at the top, so that way if you want to watch the video for that specific item, you can. But without any further ado, let's take a look at my collection. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off here. Now, I'm going to start with artwork first, and going up here, we've got a picture of the biodome that they kind of used for Die Another Day. And then here is some pictures of the lake that was used in Die Another Day as well. Love the colors on that. Moving down, we've got the teaser poster for Spectre in black and white. I love this piece. That was actually printed off by a friend of mine. That'd be Craig Day. And we've got a classic picture of Sean and Ursula. That's going to be from Dr. No, of course. Moving over, we've got my favorite Bond watch to date. That is the On Her Majesty's Secret Service watch with the gun barrel logo on the face. Yes, Dr. No's lair, the classic scene with the tarantula. We got the tank from GoldenEye. Some of the print from Mr. Craig Day himself from Skyfall, the gun barrel. And then who can forget this amazing Ken Adams design for You Only Live Twice with the volcano lair. That's a great Blofeld moment. Moving over to my shelf here, this is actually one of two of my first Corgi cars that got me into Bond collecting. I bought this at FAO Schwartz back in the late 90s in Chicago. One of my first pieces that I purchased to start my collection with. Got some Sean Longmore artwork here, along with the basic Walgreens pullback of the DB5. Corgi tin. Now this is interesting. Sean Longmore's teased at this. Now he was taking a break for a little while from doing artwork, but it looks like he's got some surprises for us with Wei Lin here. All right, speaking of Wei Lin, moving on up to my giant Tomorrow Never Dies poster. That is a 27 by 40. And that one is a full double side. Moving over, I do love hockey. If you know me, I love hockey, so I do have some Funko Pops from my Pittsburgh Penguins. Go Pens. As you may recognize, my polarized watch here. I have some binoculars. Those are actually some old binoculars from my stepfather who was in the Vietnam War. Yep, there is my Spectre pin that I wear all the time. Photograph from the Tomorrow Never Dies VHS box set collector's edition. Decided to frame that one. Moving down, we've got my Goldfinger shelf. So I love Goldfinger. It's probably my favorite movie of all time. It's just so iconic. It checks a lot of boxes for a Bond fan. But I've got several of the Johnny Lightning cars in here. I actually did a review for that set recently. I'll leave a link for that up top. There's the old school action figure of Art Goldfinger himself. Love that Mustang. Not completely accurate, but it was the best one I could find. There's the card that came with a few of the cars there. Now, you may be looking and seeing that, yeah, I have a Corgi Aston Martin in here. Unfortunately, Corgi does not make the DB5 with a black interior. Make one with a black interior in the Goldfinger box. That is my Thunderball one. Johnny Lightning's over here. There's that Pussy Galore card inside that one, talking with Auric. And then this was an interesting one. This was like a almost like a Corgi mini, but there's like a little film cell in there. I don't get a really good shot of it here, but there's like a small cell tucked up in there to the left in the package. You can kind of see it there on the left. But it does come with the two little minifigs, one of Oddjob and Bond. And you get, you know, the classic Goldfinger car and the DB5. Now, I do have, this is my Auto Art 1/18 scale DB5 with the classic BMT 216A license plate. We're going to take a look at the inside of this. And this car is not perfect. It's been around for quite a while. But as you can see, the very detailed interior. We still see the stick shift there. You can see Bond's, his GPS, his pre-GPS GPS navigation system with the wood steering wheel. All the dials and bezels are really well detailed. Love the rims on that car as well. The spokes are done very, very well. You're gonna see one of my prized pieces, and I'm gonna move this out of the way. This is Goldfinger on Betamax. I just love this. I think this is just so cool because it's a piece of history for me. It's got that classic scene. I expect you to die, Mr. Bond. There you go. Goldfinger on Betamax. You can see it's got that unique shape. It's got that little spacer in the case. There's the back of the box, CBS Fox. A couple more great images. Dan Jack, of course. Recorded in hi-fi, high-tech. Yep, there it is, down at the bottom of the left in the box. You can see. I'm gonna try and focus in on it here. 1984. I always love collecting the Betamaxes. They're just, you can't do anything with them really. The beta platers are really hard to find. The film quality is absolutely horrible, but they're just such a unique item that I enjoy collecting them. Moving into the Craig shelf. Some of these things you may recognize. Thank you again to Joe for my Universal Export cards with the Bond enthusiast. If any of you know him in the community, you know he just got back from the Bahamas recently on that big trip with David Zariski and the Bond Experience. There was a bunch of people out on that. I was really jealous. Yeah, he gave me that card there, and as you can see, I got my Hot Wheels collection. Now this is going to be just for the Craig cars. Got the DB5, the DB10, and the DBS. And then Hot Wheels put out this little Scrambler motorcycle, and I thought it really reminded me of the Scrambler from No Time to Die, so I went ahead and picked one up. Corgi DB10, which is probably one of the best looking Corgi models we've ever had, even though it is gadget free. There's the DBS from Casino, the Hot Wheels Valhalla, and here's that Ducati Scrambler I was talking about, that Hot Wheels motorcycle. And then, now I know in the movie it's not a Ducati, it's a Triumph. My Spectre car. Now this is actually, I did this. This is actually my old Dalton car that I threw into there. Here's the actual new Johnny in the tin. Great looking model. Great updates to that. So you can see I've got my 1/24 scale Ford Mustang convertible with the white hardtop. I did paint that and build that myself. There's our card from one of the cars, of course, from Johnny Lightning with Domino and Bond. There's the Johnny Lightning card, and you can see Q sitting there. We got the Hot Wheels Mustang. Moving around, we got the old Johnnies, and then, of course, the Dr. No. The old Dr. No car, the new Mustang. And then, just because this thing never gets any love, it's been sitting on the shelf since I built it. Let me go ahead and show you that I actually did take the time to paint the engine bay. So nobody else has seen this until now. Engine bay was painted. All right. And we won't see you again for another year. Moving on, of course, I've got my Danbury Mint 1/24 scale DB5 to go along with the Thunderball Mustang. Now this one's going to be obviously much more detailed if anybody knows this model, which most of you should at this point. This one is highly, highly detailed. These things are getting scarce these days. A lot of them are coming out broken, missing parts. If you've got a complete one, which this one is complete, but unfortunately he does have a little battle damage. I'm not going to go into the details of that because I'm not happy about it. But over time, they do break. There's that 40th anniversary set with the Dr. No and the Die Another Day Vanquish. There's our new classic Dr. No card. I'll leave a link for that up there. I did a review on that recently. There's the old series. I've got a few of those. You Only Live Twice. On Her Majesty's Secret Service with the Cougar. And then Diamonds Are Forever. And they're getting ready to release a new one of those too, so keep an eye out for that. And then, of course, we got Roger's Lotus in car form, of course. The picture in the background shows it in sub form. I wonder if Johnny's going to release a submarine form of that. I have a vintage camera there from my stepfather. You're going to see a few of those throughout. I feel like they add to the collection because I do love vintage cameras as well. All right, and there's a recap of the shelf. We're going to move on down. All right, moving on into Pierce Brosnan territory. Quite a few models from the Pierce era. As you can see here, I've got a couple of my BMW Z3s. That's a 1/24th scale as well as a 1/64th. That is the Tomorrow Never Dies poster that came with the adjacent DB5 back there next to the Ferrari. Got my Corgi back there. I did a review on that as well. I'll leave a link for that guy up top. A couple of the images here, and there's another image from the Tomorrow Never Dies set. Let me go ahead and see if I can pull that up a little bit so you can see the rest of it. Michelle Yeoh, Pierce Brosnan there talking with the director. And like I said, there's the Ferrari and the BMW Z3. That's the director's cuts of those. Classic Johnny Lightnings here. There is the Z3, the Z8, I apologize, love that car. That's a really nice model that Johnny put out, and I look forward to them redoing that one here in the coming months. And there's also my lighter from The World Is Not Enough. Speaking of Z8, here's my 1/24 scale, and those lighters, actually a friend of mine on Instagram recently, Amy with a View to a Kill, yeah, she got a 2-pack of those lighters still unopened, like sealed in the package originally from the, I think, late 90s is when those came out, or mid 90s. But yeah, I've got a couple of World's Not Enough poker chips here. As you can look, they've got a graphic on one side, and then they are actually numbered on the other side. So I always thought those were cool. Those are pretty common to find on eBay. I just picked up a handful of them just to have them on display because I thought it really kind of added to the look of the cabinet. But love that Z8 model. That car in real life is still so amazing. And there is my other first purchase from FAO Schwarz, along with the Vanquish from Corgi and the beautiful, again, Z8 from Corgi. And those are all, actually the bottom one is the definitive collection, same as my Living Daylights. So I got my 40th anniversary here of the Vanquish from Johnny, and there's a Tomorrow Never Dies down there, the DB5, because we need another DB5, right? We don't have enough of those in the collection. Now I do have the giant 1/18th scale Vanquish here, and I'll tell you what, guys, this car is it's just beautiful. Love the movie, hate the movie, whatever you say. I love the Vanquish. I think it's got some great curves to it. The rims are awesome. Let's see, I think that's a 1/6 scale. Yeah, that's a 1/6 scale of the BMW bike. That's the RC 1200, I believe. And then we've got the Jaguar with all the weaponry, and slide the door open. We've got more rockets. Because you can never have too many rockets when you're driving in a Jaguar as a bad guy in a Bond movie. And there's my final lighter, the Tomorrow Never Dies one. Okay, taking a look at the record collection. I have not even had a chance to listen to all of these. I love them. Obviously, you guys have seen me review several of these. We've got, Casino Royale. And like I said, guys, these are all originals. This one, it was even printed on Cold Gems. Got some great artwork there with Ursula Andress. Live and Let Die. This one was actually cut, as you can see. Thank you, Jim Yeomans, for owning this and selling it off so that I could pick it up. Spy Who Loved Me. Some great graphics on the back of that one. I did my Sam Smith review recently. Of course, the picture disc of No Time to Die, which kicked off my entire reaction series to the music of Bond. I'll leave a link for that up above as well. There's the back of that one. The Man with a Golden Gun. Another original. Now we're starting to get into color. And there is the golden gun and the bullet. Great artwork on that one. And then, of course, Goldfinger. And I love this one for several reasons. But one of my favorite reasons is not only the graphics, but if you look at the top left, it's got the original sticker. $4.98 for this album. That's incredible. And here is my Die Another Day poster, complete with my movie ticket from the day that I went and saw it in theaters. It was a long time ago, 20 years ago this November. Woo! I'd be right though. 40-year anniversary. Love that poster. This is a score I got. This was just a movie holder at my local grocery store. They were going to throw it out, and I was like, no. Hey, right here. I'll take that off your hands. So they put this back for me, and I was able to snag this guy too. Great little addition to the collection. And then we've got my Dr. No poster. Love the artwork on this one. This is a reprint. This is not an original, but I wish I could afford an original. But man, this is still one of my favorite graphics ever for a Bond film. It's just so... It screams the 60s. First James Bond film. Kicking back off with artwork, I've got this wonderful poster. This is actually Plasticore printed, and it is mounted on foam core already. This is a promotional item. Thank you, Richter's and Phillips Jewelry. They gave me that when I did the Omega video. I'll leave that link up above as well. You guys may recognize this guy. This was a lot of fun to do. The Micro Scale Electrics Aston Martin set. That V8 Vantage still goes flying, and I'll leave a link up here for that as well. Uh-oh. You're not supposed to see that. That's for something later on. That'll come next month. There's a teaser there. Got my Spectre poster, and I've even still got my original movie tickets from when I went to see that. Really, really love this poster. Thought this is one of the coolest posters we've seen in a long time. Very textured, hard to tell in the frame, trying to catch the texture, but it's really tricky. It actually has a glitter to it. If you've seen this in person before, you love it. Moving on up, we've got The World Is Not Enough. This is going to be a big 27 by 40 inch poster, and I think this is probably my second favorite poster of the Brosnan era. The Die Another Day poster, man. It's so beautiful, all the ice on it. We've got Blofeld's cat, sporting that awesome Spectre ring. And then Mystery Image number 1. Who can name that building? Let me know down in the comments. There we go. We got an 8x10 of George along with the Bond family crest to remind us that, again, the world is not enough. Love this picture of Tilly Masterson from Goldfinger sitting on the gold bars. And this was actually a promotional piece a long time ago in the James Bond collection. Just love that artwork. I've had this for a long time, and I thought this was actually a legitimate signature for Sean Connery. A friend of mine got me this for my birthday, only to find out a few years back that it is fake. But I love it nonetheless. It's still something that's near and dear to my heart in my collection. That brings us over to Thrice Champ's amazing No Time to Die poster. Let's go back to that. Hold on. Let's go back to that. This thing, I think we can all agree, this should have been the movie poster. Add a Paloma in there somewhere, maybe, but this should have been the movie poster for No Time to Die. It's so beautiful. All right, moving right along. Again, I love Spectre, and I really love the Day of the Dead sequence, and I thought this was just a really cool picture. So printed that off with the amazing Bond girl there. Also have the Moon Buggy from Diamonds. iconic ride. As well as, again, there's that BMW RC 1200 motorcycle sliding underneath the helicopter. Honey Rider. Great 8x10 of her. The #1 Bond girl. Always love this shot of the DB5 and Matera. Just, it was so clean looking. I couldn't help but frame it. I had to put it on the wall somewhere. And then who knows this one? Mystery image #2. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what it is. The Atlantic. That's from, say it with me, Tomorrow Never Dies. That's right. All right. And then we got, yep, Bond, Largo, and Domino all at the casino. Great Thunderball image. And grapes. That's right, grapes. Because it's one of the most iconic snacks in the Bond franchise. Gotta have MI6, HQ. Pierce chilling like a villain. He loved playing this role. He really did. He enjoyed himself a lot in these movies. And then one of the vintage reproduction posters from You Only Live Twice. And it previewed all the previous movies as well. Of course, got my Dr. No collector's tin there. Love that. That's a recent addition. Moving into the cabinet. This is the backdrop that you guys see when you're seeing my videos. And on the far left, most of us have seen the Action Man. Oh, and there is actually my logo from, again, Joe, the Bond enthusiast. Thank you for that, Joe. Appreciate that prop. But like I was saying, then we've got the Action Man here from The World's Not Enough. Love that figure. Comes with a little movie film. Then we've got the Sideshow Toys, Die Another Day. Pierce Brosnan as well. He's holding his martini. He's on his base as well. Most of us have seen these. He came with the AK-47. And then I've got, of course, you've got to have a martini glass. Who can't have a martini glass in the collection? And a couple years ago, my daughter Alexis, she actually got me this 007 ornament. And I loved that. It was one of those little subtle things, but I always keep it with the collection. Moving over. Hey, look. It's my very first video. It's Dr. No and Joseph Wiseman. And yep, I still left him in the suit there, the radioactive suit. Now this is a cool piece. This actually came from my stepfather as well. This is a legitimate microfilm camera. It does work. I'm gonna try and see if I can focus in here. It is a little bit older and a little bit dingy on the inside, but it does still work and you can still see through it. And then this little lever on the front, you could see this is actually how you took the photos. Just click this down. Done and done. But I always thought that was just, it seemed like it belonged in the collection, even if it was never in a film. And I've got my PPK Operative airsoft pistol. The new Bond cards from Theory 11. I'll leave a link for that video up here. And then my Goldfinger Pussy Galore. This is the Black Label Barbie. And I got this for a steal earlier this year. I think I paid like 25 bucks for this. Now, mind you, the box is a little beat up. You can't see it from this image here in this angle, and that's why I went ahead and bought it, because for on display, it was perfect. Got the brand new Corgis here. Got the V8 Vantage from No Time to Die. Got the new rims on it. And then we've also got, of course, gotta have the DB5 yet again, right? We can only have 30 of them in the collection. But at least this one, we did get the machine guns in the front. So they did up it and change it and update the license plate, you can see there. And this is kind of like my little No Time to Die display section. I've got all my movie tickets where I went to see it, the keychain from the box set, and then here's all of the more detailed cars. There's the Devil May Care. Then it goes into the Raymond Benson novels. And guys, if you have not read the Raymond Benson novels, I cannot recommend those more. Pick up the Union trilogy. You've got to check it out. It's an amazing read. But all of his books really are fantastic. Make sure you check all of those out. Got another poker chip, and that's right, Lita's Chocolates. There's the other chocolate Aston Martin DB5. I'll leave a link for my video up here where I did the Easter Bunny and the Easter chocolate video review on that. Honestly, I can't wait to eat that one later this year. Got my Horowitz novels. Just got done with A Mind to a Kill. Did you guys like that one? But then this one here. This is my sealed Goldfinger. Still in the saran wrap. Still got the slip cover on that one. I need to get a whole collection of the books, honestly. Moving down, here's my Funko Pop collection. I don't have all of them. I do have quite a few, and as you may recognize a few of these, I'll leave the links up here for the Pops that I have reviewed. There's my favorite. Imagine that. Moving up, we got Lashif up here. I've got the full No Time to Die set as well. Went ahead and grabbed that one this year, along with a few of the other Craig ones. There's the DB5. I'll leave the link for him up here as well. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Really love my collection. It's gonna grow more. Okay, so there we have it. I really look forward to doing this once per year. That way I can kind of watch the progress of the collection and see it grow. Personally, I've never been one much to purchase the clothing based off of the 007 fashion. And it's not that I wouldn't. I do own a few t-shirts, obviously, this being the SIS training gear shirt, and I'll leave a link for that video up here. There's a ton of things out there that realistically for myself, they're just kind of beyond my reach at this point. But there's so many other things that are, and I am starting to kind of dive into that. Personally, I would really love to get my hands on a golden gun. I need a big ticket item. But comment below, what am I missing from my collection? Guys, thanks for watching, and as always, Merry Christmas 007.